So I don't know if I'll post this or not. I more than likely won't even post this, but I am really depressed. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I am in Chicago right now for Black Black Gay Pride, and it I'm not getting the response I was hoping to get. And it's not that the response I received was necessarily really bad, it just wasn't what I was looking for. Pause. Alright, sorry y'all, I had to leave the gas station. So, um, I might post this, I might not, I don't know. I'm not a big social media person, and I think that honestly kind of hurts me because so much of what it seems like we learn about people lately is through social media. And I really don't care to share much. I share because I want to find the people who are aligned with me, or I want to express myself. It's mostly just wanting to express myself, just wanting to say what's on my mind. I have so many thoughts, and I don't really know what to do. I feel like I am isolated. And I didn't have anything necessarily negative. I feel like the problems I had were self inflicted. Maybe my insecurities are screaming out. Maybe, I'm not masculine enough. Maybe I'm not butch enough. I don't know. I feel like I don't give off the energy that I would like to give off. So I don't really know what to do. I really don't. Um, I danced with a couple of guys and they were not feeling it. And it just, I don't know. It's like all the conversations have been nice. They've been taking care of me as far as making sure I'm okay, and good and stuff. And, helping me, it's like it's good community. But I really was going down here to make at least one or two friends. That was the goal, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And I'm not 100% sure as to why. I just don't connect though, and I think part of it is because it is Chicago. But if I was in Flint, or if I was like in my hometown, I can tell you the same thing happens. It literally happened last year, or what was that, 2 years ago? Like literally the same thing. I tried dancing with the guy, he was not feeling it. It's like they feel it until they look at me. So I'm assuming it's a me thing. I'm not masculine enough to be behind the guy. That's kind of the energy that's given me. Some of y'all know I'm a tarot reader. So I keep getting all the queens out and the empress. So that tells me they're probably, at least my assumption is that I'm too feminine to top most of them, or that's what they feel like, or that's the energy that I give off. So I don't really know what to do because I'm not a total top. I just want more experience topping. I mean, it is what it is, maybe I'm not gonna get it because of my energy, and I I'm also kind of really fucked up because I majorly want friends. I'm not looking for sex, and I think that, like, I mean, it's a party celebrating our sexualities, you know. So it's like I get it, you know, but I don't, cause yeah, I think it's really hard. I have found that as I have risen my vibration apparently, or have changed my vibration, it's really, I'm really not aligned with a lot of shit that I would like. I don't feel like life is my honestly, my life has gotten more miserable. I'm gonna just say that. Like, I feel like the more I've raised my vibration, the more I've done spiritual work or shadow work, healing, or examined things, my life has outwardly really gotten worse. I think inwardly, like on the inside, I probably have gotten better, and on the outside, I've gotten supremely worse, like extremely worse. And I really don't know how to feel about it, because I really don't know what to do. You know, I want to feel better internally, but I feel like the cost is not too high, because most of these niggas weren't fucking with me anyway. And I don't know them. I'm not often in Chicago. I'm visiting, as a visitor. I'm visiting, and I feel like a visitor. I'm not mad about being a visitor, but I go on these solo trips, y'all. I really go on these solo trips, and I do things out here by myself. And I guess a part of me thinks that would be better for me, because then I don't have to, I can actually get a guy, But I think that makes me a little too available. Strangely enough, I don't really know how to describe that. But, like, I have theories. And my first theory is obviously that I'm too feminine. But my next theory is that I am not a fire wielder. Like, if people know spiritual fire or elemental fire, is usually, that's like that sexy energy. A lot of people feel like, you're hot, you're sexy, you're flaming, like that type of thing. I'm not a fiery person. I'm a very watery person. And I think that because I'm watery, I don't really give sexy. I think I really give, like, soft and caring, and that's, I don't think, very attractive to these guys, to be honest. I'm a good Judy, I'm a good friend or something. I'm not, I don't mind them thinking of me as a good friend if we would actually be friends. But I've noticed that nobody, and this has been for years now, different cities, different areas, it's gotta be me. I mean, clearly it's gotta be me. Nobody really wants to be around, well, I don't want to say that, but not a lot of gay guys want to be around me. So it's definitely me. And I'm a very asexual person, so I completely understand, because most of the time, if a guy is even saying something to me, there's usually something like, oh, he found you attractive, he likes you, or like, whatever, something to that effect. It's some sort of, like, sexual exchange, right? And I've just kind of learned that I'm not it. Like, I'm not the sauce, you know? And I knew that before, but it's like to be confronted with it again is so interesting because as much as I feel like I've worked on myself, I'm still getting the same result. So whatever I have worked on is not attractive to these men. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have a high emotional intelligence, but that doesn't attract them. So it's like me thinking that if I could get past the initial stages, I would be a phenomenal boyfriend doesn't mean anything if I can't get past the initial stages. Like, if I can't actually make a friend, I feel like I will never find a boyfriend. And it's kind of heartbreaking, but at the same time, it's like I am working on myself, so I'm not mad, but it's disappointing because it's like all this is for nothing, you know. And the only thing I can think of now would be the gym, and it's depressing me because I want to work out for me. I don't want to work out for these guys. I don't want to work out for their attention. I've worked out for years. I'm not a gym rat. I'm not, a bodybuilder. I go because I need, we all need exercise. Exercise is healthy, and I'm not a bodybuilder, and my body isn't built. You know, so I don't know. I'm really just yapping about nothing, but this is my experience. And it's not been a bad experience. Like I said, they have been taking care of me. They are nice to me. They're showing themselves being extremely friendly. We have some laughs, some conversations. It wasn't many conversations, but it was, the conversations were nice or friendly. I didn't feel any shade or anything. I mean, like, I think that I really have a vibrational problem. And I'm not really sure how to express that because I'm not really sure how to help with that. But I do feel like I have a vibrational problem. I feel like I have an energy problem. I don't necessarily think it's my looks, although I could use improvement. I mean, it is what it is. But I really think it's an energy problem, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, like I said, I have lots of hypotheses, but I really think that it's an energy problem. So, and I feel like I've been working on that, but even though I feel like that's the problem, that clearly isn't the problem. So I don't really know how to find out what the problem is, because this is running so deep where even the guys I tried to say hi, whatever, they didn't want to talk to me, they didn't want to look at me. They, like, it was like, oh, okay, so yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of heartbreaking, constantly being confronted and told that what you want does not want you back is really depressing. I can't lie to you. Like, I'm not trying to chase what doesn't want me. I, at this point, have really gone after who does want me. I'm more of the person who, if you show some kind of interest, I will do something. But if I don't, if I do something then you're not interested afterward, it's like, oh, okay, so maybe I shouldn't have did anything in the first place. I should just stay where I was. And it's like, that's very isolating to me. But I don't really want to be isolated, but I feel like I'm being pushed into isolation because when I try to do what I think would be a more positive connection response, it comes across negative somehow, or I don't get the response I'm looking for. I don't get a friendly, hi, how you doing? My name is such and such. This is my phone number. When you in town, blah, 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 blah. What you doing later? And like, it doesn't have to be sexual. I just want a friend. And I feel like with gay dudes, at least the gay dudes I've met, like you have to do something sexual to even get in the door. Like if you're not doing something sexual, you're not even like you're not going to be their friend or anything. And maybe this is just where I was raised or what I have going on, but I don't know. So it's rough out here. I'm about to smoke this blunt. I don't want to make this too long. I might upload it. I don't know. I've been experimenting lately. Uploading things has been hit or miss for me. In case y'all didn't know, social media is magic, but that's a video for another day if I ever get there. But social media is really magic. And I have found that out in the hard way, as I'm finding out so many things lately. And yeah, just be aware, be conscious of what you post, because once you're in people's subconscious for something, it's very, very hard to change the energy. And I think that is another part of the problem. I have many theories. But yeah, I'm working on myself, and I don't know. I don't post here because I'm looking really for like the fame of it all, because there's other channels that I have where I actually am trying to seek monetization and things. But this is just my ramble channel. I just post random shit. So I am thinking I'm gonna post it. I just want to see what happens, Social media is magic. My autosexual video helped a lot of people. And I am still autosexual too. I'm very much attracted to guys who were like me, or, people who resemble, we have similar energy, similar interests, And I mean, the more like me, the better. Obviously, the autosexual is for me, myself personally, and I do like who I am as a person, even though I may not like my body all the time. But I feel like I have such a long journey ahead of me. I'm 32, and maybe because I didn't post online, maybe because I wasn't outside, but I feel like I'm missing a big part of my life. And as I'm trying to experience it now, it's like it's too late. Like I missed the fucking bus. Like, is the bus still running? But it ain't. It's left a long time ago, and I'm just out here. So I don't want to be depressed, because it's not a depressing thing. It was actually a very, I like to learn, so it's a positive experience. But it's rough knowing that after how much you've done, you still have so much left to do. And I don't think that will ever be a good feeling for me. But again, this has been The Living Shadow. Shadow out. I think I'm just gonna smoke a blunt and then lay down. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for those who somehow tuned in even when I'm recording psychically. And for all the help and different things that I have received over time and years of spiritual help, I guess. I don't know. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of the assassination. Bye.